Hello guys, it's Moen. In this session, we're gonna continue making our Google project. We just made the HTML and left the CSS, and by now we're gonna continue our project and go for CSS and make it as beautiful as this one. So let's just go to Visual Studio and the CSS and start coding inside of that. I just forgot something in HTML, and it was about the space between this box and these two. It should be a BR tag in HTML, and it's easy to make that. There's no problem. It's better to make a BR here. I mean, we can go for 2BR for more spaces between the things, and another one here. It can be better in this way. So let's just go and start CSS. So at the first, we gotta start with our links and make some rules for them. At the first, as you see, there's no line under Gmail, image, privacy, terms, and any of these things, and all of them are A tags. If you wanna do this and delete that line under those words, we just go for A, not D, A. Let's go for A, and we go for text decoration, and we just delete that. See, it just deleted. And for the next, these are I don't know how to say that, but the size is lower for the thing. Sorry if I'm not a native speaker and sometimes I struggle while speaking. I should reduce the size for our A tags. We just come here and go for font size as you learned before, and we just go for something like 30 pixels. I think it looks like that one. And let us go for the font. We just copy the font from this part. Just open up inspect or inspect element and click on this one, and just click on the image by this one. Then I can see everything. You know, that just used text decoration and made it none. And I can go for this color, and I just copy the color, so it's just the same as this one. There is no difference between these two. And the font family, I gotta copy this one. We talked about these things before, but maybe this color is something new for you, but it's just a way to define a color to go for RGB or RGBA or something like this. And I just change the font, so it's just like that. You know, the Gmail is the same as this Gmail. And now we can just continue coding and go for header. So header starts from right in Google page, and we gotta go and send these things to the right. Inside of header, we can go for text align and send it to the right. Let's see if it worked. Yeah, it just worked. But there is some space between these things, you know. There is a space between signing and these dots, and another space here, another space here, we gotta make this, and these are not just at the corner, you know, there's a space here and here, and we gotta position or sign in and dots or anything like this in this part, in header I mean. So we just go for paddings, and we can make a padding as I told you in last sessions. We can make spaces by padding. I just set those things to 0. Now we can come here and go for inspect, and when I click on any of these things or just the header, let's just click on this one. As you see, there should be something called to padding. I don't know why we can't see that. Okay, it's at header. Let's just check the name. Yeah, it's the same. Copy this to be sure, and the padding is okay. It should be working. I don't know what's happening here. Let's just reload that. And yeah, it is here. I just didn't see that. So it's working and it's here. We can click on any of these numbers and change them, and then we see the result in this page, but it won't save it when we change. For example, I can change 0 to something higher. See, it makes that space between these things, and anything in down. We talked about this one. I mean, these numbers. First one is for top. Second one is right. Sorry, left. And this one is for down, and this one is for right. Top, left, down, and right. And we just need to find out how much spaces we just need. As you see, I think 4 is enough for a space between these parts. No, it can be something like 5. Okay, it's okay. 4 is good for beginning, and the second one can be just start and go for what's good. So I think it just looks like the result we need. You know, we just made some spaces there, and there should be some spaces between these things. It can be number. I think it's okay, and we can come back for these parts. We can make other things in next parts. 4 and 50 are good. Let's just go and save it here. 4 and 50. You know, positioning just works like this. Every time you should come for inspect element, find the number, and come back to VS Code and just type it here and save it, and it will save. If you just make the changes here in this part, it won't be saved. I can show you. You know, if I change it to something like 65 and just reload the page, see, it's just back. You should come back to VS Code and change it. Then we made some rules for A tags and header. Let's just go for these parts. We can start from or A tag. Or dots. We can start from this picture. Let's just come back to this page and give it an ID, which is a good idea. We can give the dots an ID and name it to dots, to don't forget what we are coding. And as I told you, we should open up this part, I mean IDs with hashtags, and then continue like this. Now we can code and continue it. and make a position for it. So we just come for margin and 0 pixel, 0 pixel, and 0 pixel. Then finish it with semicolon. If you don't use semicolon, it won't be working. It never works. Okay, it is 0. Let's just click on dots, and as you see, there should be a margin. Yeah, you can see the margin here. So it is for top side, and I think 10 is enough. And second one is for the left, because it sends to the left. And let's see if it looks like that one. Yeah, it's not completely like that, but it's better than nothing. And for the down, you know, it should be higher. This one is here, but this one is in a higher place. So we just go for it and make it to something like 5. I think it looks fine. Yeah, it can be better, but 5 is fine. And we just need to come back and save 1055. Okay, let's just set these things to 10, 50, and 5. I just reloaded that to be sure that it's saved, and then by now we can go for our links. So we just finished dots. By now we need to make an ID for this thing, to make some rules for them. It is what we need. The ID can be anything, but I always name IDs and classes to something that helps me to understand what I coded. It is a standard for coding. So let's just copy header links. I just set same ID for 2 things. It is possible, no worries. Let's just open up this ID and start coding and making things for them. Okay, first off, at the first, I'm gonna tell you about something new, something that I didn't tell you before, and it is a new way in positioning. Maybe you like it. It's just for learning. I just want to set position to relative. It makes this part to move related to other parts in the class. You know, there's a class and these 4 things are here, and if we set the position to relative, it will be related to others in the position. And it's normal if you don't understand this one, no worries, you will understand it later when you had more practices and trainings. So let's just make 2 sides for it. It should be 0 at the beginning. We just go to next page, I mean the browser, and inspect to see what we have to do. And this one will be 0, just like that one. And we can see the continue in the inspect element. So as you see, it is 0 and this one is 0 too. But we can send them top or down by positive numbers or negative numbers. We want them to be at the top, so I think 5 negative is good. Yeah, it looks the same as the real page. And for the left, we should make a positive number again, because we are started from the right, so numbers will be negative. And it looks like that, but it's not really the same, but it's better than nothing. Let's make the space between these 2. As you can see here, it just needed a padding. It can be a padding left or right, no different. Let's just set that to 5 and see if it works. Wow, I just forgot to save these numbers. Let's just come back. I think it was 15 negative, and this one was 10 negative. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, it looks like I'm right. I think we can change this number in this padding. As you see, there is a padding, and I can change it. So if I click on that, I think it is 4 number. No, it's not this 4. It is 15. Yeah. If I make it something like 20, yeah, it looks prettier. Okay, it's something about 20 is good. Yeah, as you see, it looks the same. 21 should be perfect, guys. 21. Come back, reload it. Wow, it's really the Google page. There's no difference between these two at the top. And then we just finished this part. So we can talk about it and finish it in the next session. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Sorry if it took so long this session. See you.